Dun, 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 dun. There's the theme music again.
Again? And then we'll just cut you out
I think
again.
that was a
and
different
put-
song than last time.
Not the same. Not the same.
Well, we found out last one that we used was actually proprietary.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, my dun 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 is not proprietary, so we can say it however we want. It's wonderful. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Transpotting. I'm your host,
Hello.
Marcia Darling.
And I'm Riv.
And I'm Celeste.
Welcome to our humble podcast. Today, we have a very exciting special show for you. Today, we're going to be talking to each other and finding out what we're talking about. We'll cut this part out.
That's probably going to be every podcast, but I can't say for certain.
Let's see. What did we write down? I did think it was...
See, I went digging through the notes and I couldn't find it.
Episode
so I'm not
notes.
prepared.
The god-awful date I had last Monday. That's a topic for
yeah.
conversation.
It's a topic or an interview topic.
It was a fun one. Do you want to do interviews? We could do interviews.
We could do interviews. We could do whatever you want and then slice it and dice it up.
I think it wouldn't be a bad idea to do like a quick 10, 15-minute interview just to kind of like give people like an intro to us.
Mm-hmm.
And make each episode a little focused on that. Yeah. So we could do like 15 or 20-minute interview, 5 or 10 minutes start and end, and then have 3 of those, and that's 3 episodes ready to go.
See, I'm with you in theory. The problem is you're talking to an autistic, likely ADHD girl that is not able to keep time or focus on a single subject.
That is where the magic of editing comes in.
Okay.
Yeah, so we don't have to stay focused or stay on a single subject. We'll just edit it so it sounds like we did.
I love it. I love it.
Yes.
Okay, so do we want to start with a topic or do we want to start with... Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Why don't we redo the intro since it was a little bit choppier?
Yeah. So we always got to go in the same
an
order because otherwise I'm just going to keep waiting. We're all just going to keep waiting. We got to go in the same order.
I will. Okay, I went last the first time, so I will go last.
Okay, so I'll go
first.
See, as long as I know that, that's fine.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I worry I'm going to interrupt. Like, it's a whole thing.
I'll go first, you go second, and you go third. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Transpotting. My name is Marcia, darling.
Jesus
Hello, and
Christ.
thank you for you joining us today.
Hello, I'm Celeste. I'm here.
Hi, I'm River. I am also here, and whatever that voice was, I'm here with that voice.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wonderful of you to join us today. We have an excellent show planned for you.
Perfectly planned out. Mm-hmm.
Just like our notes. Just like our notes.
Just like the notes. Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
Where's my notes? I've lost
You
the
guys
plot.
are getting notes?
So, let's talk about each other.
Ooh.
Each other.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Ooh. Nice, Celeste. Very
That was
nice.
really cute.
Would you like some tea and
So
crumpets?
About each other.
Ooh.
Ooh. What's your
How
favorite
naughty.
color?
I have a favorite color.
Really?
It changes daily.
I always pick yellow because nobody else picks
Oh, that's
it.
the worst.
I know, it is the worst color. But I never pick it for my favorite color. I just pick it for, like, when you're making your name a different color on Discord. Nobody ever picks yellow.
Okay. So not the worst color, but it's one of the worst. The worst is orange.
Why is orange the worst?
Why is orange?
Well, you see, I grew up in the little old state of Tennessee where there is bright orange branded everything. And it's just the most hideous, most disgusting, just in your face. It's bad. No.
Does it remind you of road construction?
Yeah. It's like alert, but not the good kind of alert, like a bright red.
Mhm. It's not like, alert, here's a free massage. It's like, alert,
No.
here's some inconvenience.
Yeah.
Alert, here's a free massage. Ooh, okay, I'm pulling over.
Congratulations, you won inconvenience.
Yes.
Congratulations. You may already be a winner of inconvenience. All right, who are we interviewing? Let's do this.
Well, I went first. Do you want to go with me first?
Let's go with you first.
Let's go with
Okay.
it.
We're doing interviews. We're going to take a little bit of time and let you get to know us by my friends asking me questions.
Not all of
All
them
right.
did, probably.
And I literally just got off a 3-hour-long Zoom meeting that was all about giving interviews. So it'll be really nice to be on the other side for once.
That works great.
There's only one problem, though. We didn't write down any interview questions.
We
Do you
sure
want me to
didn't.
send you the questions that I had?
I would love that.
They'll be useless, but it'll give you an idea of where to start. Okay, interview script template. I'll just copy and paste from my notes. I'm working with the NSF I-Core program right now, which is National Science Foundation, and trying to develop product and stuff like that. So, here, I'll just pop it
I can
into
pretend
Translator.
to know what you're talking about. Mm-hmm. Yes.
There we go. Interview. This is terrible.
Interview. Oh, yes. Do you have P&L or budget responsibility?
Why, yes, I do have P&L and budget responsibility.
How much did it cost?
$5 million.
Oh, you're supposed to say everything.
Everything.
What did it cost you?
Everything.
Oh, it's
It
like
was
when
worth it.
Right? It's like when I had bottom surgery. I had to stop my hormones for 2 weeks. And I basically detrans for 2 weeks. It was bad. And I lost 2 cup sizes. And so the first thing I did when I woke up was I posted a meme. I was like, "Did you finally get your vagina?" "Yes." "What did it cost you?" "Everything."
Everything.
See, if I lost 2 cup sizes, that's all of my cup sizes. That's all of them.
Yeah.
That's like what happened because I just had chest surgery to remove cancer. And mine are all smaller again, too. It's like, come on.
Aw.
I was just growing those.
Aw.
But
Yeah,
I mean,
you're
they
still
cut
getting
out
bigger.
like 3 inches of skin, so I guess it would be smaller.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
That's fair. Moving on up,
Ew.
though, again. Retransing.
Retransing.
Yay!
The retransing.
The retransinator.
Yeah. Thankfully, my face didn't change too much. Just a little
This
bit.
is the story conservatives don't want you to hear.
The retransing.
The
The
retransing.
retrans. It's like refried beans.
What?
So they-
Let me
Sure.
fry my boobs up. Let me
Yes.
fry them again.
Let me just,
Mm.
yeah.
So they fry them and then they refry them. So you transed and then you retransed.
I don't think. Okay. I don't think that's how it works, sweetie. But you know what? Yeah.
I'm very proud of you for that analogy.
Anytime.
Okay,
Anytime.
do you want some real questions?
Yeah, I'd love some real questions. You could always interview yourself and be like, Marcia.
You can even tell us what would be a good question for you. We can edit that part out.
Questions.
Just change your voice in post.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we can just cut that part out and then we just ask the same exact question that she said.
Ah. Let's see.
Refried beans, retrans. For fuck's sake. What am I going to do with you?
I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do with me, so...
That's fair. Your makeup, though, is seriously gorgeous.
Thank you.
It is.
Yeah,
Oh my
I actually
God.
did it during work today. I ran out of things to do
Nice.
at noon. And then I still had work to do until 4:30.
Nice.
So you just did your makeup and did
So
work.
I did my makeup. I cleaned the bathroom.
Nice.
Good stuff.
Just
I
a
would-
second.
I was still at work and I decided to not do work. Well, I take it back. I had a half day of work. I spent the rest of the day doing the whole acoustic foam situation.
It looks good from the pictures. I like it. That's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Hopefully it is practically good as well. Hopefully this sounds a little bit better without as much bounce. 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 Bounce, bounce, bounce.
I do love bounces.
Don't do that to me right now.
Later. Okay, later. That's post show. That's post show. What is your name? I'm not gonna ask you that.
What is your name?
Marcia, let me ask you something.
Yeah.
Where are you from?
I live in Idaho right now.
Is that where you're from?
No, I'm from Washington State.
Oh my God, me too.
I'm from a little farm out there. Grew up on a little farm with a bunch of animals, like chickens
What kind of
and
animals?
pigs
Ooh.
and horses and dogs and cats and rabbits and bunnies. We had rabbits and bunnies.
I was going to say, what is the difference anyway?
Nothing.
Nothing. Just the word.
Rabbits are wild and bunnies are tame.
Sounds like you just made that up.
We also had, let's see, black widow spiders. My brother once grabbed a black widow spider and put it in a jar in his room.
No.
No.
Let's see.
No.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
No.
Yeah.
No, we have to put that in the content warning now.
We had mice sometimes too.
I do like
Rats are
mice.
really good pets, actually.
Mice and rats are great. They have giant testicles usually.
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 I've never looked.
You should.
You don't need to. They will be very obvious.
Oh.
I'm afraid to ask. How? Do you know why?
Okay.
They're very
so-
obvious.
Well, let me tell you a quick story. And let me interrupt Marcia's interview to tell you
Okay.
a quick story. Yeah, so, okay, back in the day, before I knew I was trans, I had friends who were
The dark ages, right?
trans, and they had, I think, well, one of them was trans, and he had rats. And we were visiting and watching RuPaul's Drag Race because that's what you did back then. There were no signs, right? There's no signs that I was queer whatsoever. And so my partner and I were hanging out with them, and they're like, "Do you want to hold the rats?" And my partner was like, "Sure, yeah, let's go for it. I love creatures." And so I have a photo somewhere from years ago of my partner with a rat on their shoulder, butt facing the camera, and just two giant nuts just swinging in the breeze, just swanging in the breeze.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
That sounds like a
tracks.
very beautiful picture. Thank you for
It
painting
is.
that picture with your words.
Painting a mind picture for you.
Painting a mind picture.
I'll never
Okay.
forget it. I'll always remember just those sweet, sweet rat testicles.
Oh,
Sweet
yeah.
Ratsticles.
Ratsticles. I grew up around Ratsticles.
Name of this episode now. Ratsticles.
Oh no!
Oh no.
Oh no!
So
Oh,
did you
no.
like growing up on a farm?
I don't know. It was the only thing that I knew, and I was like working full time by the time I was 15, because that was like the thing that you had to do. So I was like working with my dad in the farm and driving semi trucks and giant tractors and stuff full time in the summer. Like more than full time, we would have like 14-hour days, like 6 days a week. And that was just kind of all I knew. So it was just kind of like, oh, okay. And then I was homeschooled the rest of the time, so I didn't really get out much. So it was just like, did I like it? It was all that I knew. So I found ways to enjoy it.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
But now I'm like very, very comfortable around animals, but also they don't seem particularly special to me because I grew up around so many that it's a little bit of a privilege not to have one sometimes, though I do miss having cats.
I can imagine that.
Yeah.
I grew up around dogs, and I had a cat when I was younger, but Yeah, being around that many animals would be desensitizing. I get that.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Mhm.
Does that answer your question?
Yes.
That
I
answers
mean,
good.
my question and Celeste's question.
Good.
yeah.
Next question.
So,
All right.
what makes Marcia Marcia?
Oh, that's a really good question. I would say it's mainly the sugar on top
I
and
can tell.
the. Whoa, that's a noise.
Sorry.
That's okay. I would say it's the sugar on top and the bubble tea. Yeah, for sure.
Bubble tea.
Yes.
And the sushi, for sure.
So, do you come with a big straw too?
Yes, I do.
Oh my.
Oh my! Sorry. Sorry.
That is getting left in, though. That is
Yeah.
getting left
Yeah.
in. No thoughts.
Oh my god. My face is red.
It is.
Oh,
Oh, hun.
woo.
Sorry. I mean, I'm not, but
You're not.
We have to cut all of this out.
Do what you
Just
must.
giggles.
Do what you must.
Oh no.
Okay, but
hey,
yeah,
I am editing this one, so that
know.
means I get to decide.
I know.
you get to decide.
I know.
So
I'm
anyway,
definitely
I
not
come with a
control
Pilton
freak.
straw.
Jesus Christ.
Doesn't work the way it used to.
Okay. Okay. Let's move past the straw. What?
To be clear,
Would
the
you say it's
straw
like a
does not
needle?
make me me.
Would you say the straw is now a needle in a haystack?
No.
No.
No. Don't
No,
answer
I
that question.
wouldn't
Good.
say
I
that.
know.
Okay. So
No.
the question was meant to be about your personality. What makes you you?
Oh, yes. That is hard to answer, though, isn't it? I'll ask my friends.
Okay.
Hey, Amelia. What makes me me? She says, I don't know what. That's why I'm asking you.
Oh, what? It's a joke setup or something.
It's a joke. So apparently I'm a joke. Thank you.
Okay.
That's my flatmate.
Clearly, it's your sense of humor. We've gathered this so
Yeah,
far.
we've gotten that far.
We've found I do have a sense of humor. I also am the type of person who really likes trying new things. I'm definitely a foodie type of character. I love trying new foods. I love trying to make new foods. I like watching new TV shows. I don't really like watching the same one. I like meeting new people and gathering new experiences.
So are you a people person? I specifically ask because I am not a people person.
I am absolutely a people person, yes.
I hate people.
I hate people.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I love you people, but I
Yeah.
hate most people.
yeah.
Yeah. Like if we had met in person before meeting online first, I'd be like, don't fucking talk to me.
Really?
No, that's pretty accurate. Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh. I'm the kind of person I like to give everybody I meet a fair shake, and then just some people I connect with more, and I'm like, ooh, I want to get to know them better. And those people I choose to spend time with.
That seems like a reasonable way of doing things.
I like most people, but there's definitely people I like more than others. I like you guys more than a lot of people. Or you two.
Right.
Y'all. I like y'all.
Right.
I
Y'all?
like y'all.
Yuns?
I like yuns.
Yins.
I like yuns.
Right back at you. Okay, I'm gonna ask one now.
Okay.
What is your favorite? Let me redo that. What is your favorite travel destination?
Favorite travel destination? My favorite one that I've been to was probably Japan, and I went to Sendai. And that was really, really fun. And eating the food over there was amazing. You can get stuff at the 7-Eleven over there that's better than stuff you can get at the restaurants here. I also went scuba diving in Cozumel, Mexico, which was absolutely fantastic. And I really want to do that again because I
Nice.
love scuba diving. Scuba diving is like the only time in my life that I really feel that sense of awe that like other people get when they're climbing mountains and things like that.
Mm,
Yeah, so I love that.
that's
Those are
cool.
my favorite travel destinations so far, but I want to visit more.
So then, what's the dream one? What's up there for you?
Dream one. Hmm. It's funny, like all of my travel plans seem to revolve around wanting to try food in other places. So like I really want to try like stinky tofu in Thailand. I really want to go to um
Wait. What's stinky tofu?
it's tofu that's been fermented and
Oh,
so it
okay.
smells really bad, but I've had like some little bits of it and it tastes almost has like a meaty flavor to it.
Ooh.
It's pretty
I do like
good.
tofu. I do
Yeah,
like tofu.
stink
I
tofu.
apologize. Continue.
I really want to try currywurst over in Austria,
Okay.
which sounds really good. I want to try like authentic Greek olive oil in Greece on their food. I want to go to Thailand and try their food. Go back to Japan, try their food again.
I'm seeing a common theme here.
I
Yeah.
like
I,
food.
Yeah,
I
food's
like
great.
I like that there's a major theme surrounding all of this. That's cool. It's like
Yes.
a very specific thing that you're able to drive for, and not just somewhere.
Yeah, I mean it's like I'd love to go to Machu Picchu, but what kind of food is there? What kind of food is there at Machu Picchu? You just go look at
Machu
rocks.
Why
Picchu's.
are you
You look at
asking
stacked
us?
rocks. You look at stacked rocks at Machu Picchu and you're like, wow, those guys did a really good job of stacking those rocks in the shape of a building.
See, I
But
think
where's
that's
my hot
cool.
dog?
You can be the world's first Machu Picchu hot dog vendor. Oh, welcome, traveler. Here's a hot dog.
Here's a
We
hot
put
dog.
special Machu Picchu sauce on it, just for you.
The sauce is rocks, stacked rocks,
Stacked
Ground
rocks.
in the shape of little
crumbling rocks.
buildings.
Limestone,
Little
specifically.
pyramids.
Nice and chalky.
Just make little pyramid shaped like pastries. People would go wild for those.
Yes,
For sure.
for sure.
All
I
right.
like
So
traveling.
we've learned you love food.
Mhm.
We've learned that you're hilarious.
Who said that?
We did.
Oh,
All of us.
Riv and I
okay.
did.
The world.
And I think everyone else is going to agree.
I am
I think so.
a non-practicing comedian.
The best kind.
Hmm. You can't get heckled that way.
I mean, I think people can still heckle for sure.
Yeah, people can find ways to heckle if they really want to.
Okay, well they can heckle you, but okay, what I'm getting at is that you're not performing. Therefore, you're not getting heckled while you perform.
There we go.
Isn't life a performance?
Yeah.
Oh Jesus fucking Christ!
Sorry,
Win today.
sorry. I'm just being a bitch. My
Stand-
bad. My bad.
It's okay. It is encouraged. It just makes me react. God damn it! Okay. More questions. Ooh, here we go. Do you have any fears or phobias?
You know what? I kind of hate heights. And which is why I'm getting into climbing.
Right?
So what I'm hearing is that you face your fears head on.
Yeah.
God.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't do that.
No?
No.
I'm glad that you do.
No.
Do you want
God,
to know what
no.
the scariest thing I've ever done in my life?
Yes.
Okay. It was the first time that I was like, uh-oh, I might be trans. And then I was like, I should like buy something like to wear. And so I like walked to the Walmart because I knew they had a self-checkout. And then I walked past the women's sections like 3 or 4 times. And then I bought a whole bunch of stuff that I didn't need just so I could like hide the bra that I wanted to buy in my shopping cart. And then I walked through and bought it, and I was like sweating profusely the whole time because I was afraid somebody was going to be like, "You weirdo." And then nothing happened, and I got home and I was like, "Oh my God." And I think
Yeah.
that just shows how like deeply internalized my like self inability to see myself as that was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've
feel like
done
a lot
things that
of
are like a lot scarier than that, but that was the only thing that like I had a like deep like I have to face this fear, and it's like really terrifying for me.
Yeah. I feel like a
My
lot of our listeners could probably identify with that specific fear.
Have you had a
yes.
similar experience with that?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, for
Oh
sure.
yeah?
Yes.
Oh,
100%.
absolutely. Almost identical. Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Because some people I've talked to haven't.
So mine is a little bit different. So my early girl clothes shopping was all done online so that I didn't have to face that. But I remember wanting to go to the grocery store wearing leggings. That was my moment of going through all of the motions that you went.
Oh yeah.
You know, drive up to the grocery store, sit in the car for like 5 minutes, hyperventilating for a bit, just to, walk in and buy something that I didn't need. I just wanted to go out in public wearing leggings. And then nothing happens.
And you survived.
Yeah.
And you make
First
it
time
through.
that I went out wearing something, I wore like a cute little blouse, and then I wore a giant coat over it so no one would know.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
I wore very loose fitting leggings, so they just look like regular sweatpants.
Perfect.
Yeah, and then some very feminine looking sunglasses. People just assumed I was gay. I mean, I am, but they, in
They
a
just
different
assumed
way.
you were
A
the other
different
gay.
gay.
You want to see my
different
kind. The other
fantastic
gay.
sunglasses?
I really do. Ooh. It's like
You
the
look like you're
sunset.
about to go do a bunch of drugs.
I am.
So many drugs.
All
of them.
5
So
of
many.
them.
What?
What?
It's so specific.
Name the 5. You seem ready. What's the 5?
Tylenol, ibuprofen, Advil,
Those are the same
Excedrin,
thing. Hold on. No. Ibuprofen
Percocet.
and Advil are the same thing. You can't. No, you gotta make new ones. Percocet.
What's the other
That's it.
drugs? Cannabis.
That's all the medications
That's
ever.
all of it.
Okay, so we established you have a fear of heights. So therefore, you are facing your fear and going climbing. And we established that you were very, very afraid of purchasing women's clothing for the first time, which I think
Yes.
3 of us have all identified with. Well, obviously you did because it's your story. 2 of us. It's fine. Don't worry about
It's
it.
perfectly fine. Don't worry about it.
It's fine. It's fine. So what else should we ask you? I think it's your turn, Celeste.
It's my turn.
I think
Shit.
so. Shit. We've got a list in front of us.
What are you most proud of? Something you've done or accomplished, or even just something internal that you worked on? What was something that was a really big deal to you that you were really proud of yourself for doing?
I am honestly really proud of myself for finding myself. Finding myself in my gender, and then also finding myself in deconstructing the really oppressive religion that I was brought up in. And both of those took a lot of time and a lot of effort and a lot of therapy. But I'm really proud of myself with the work that I've done. I mean, I kind of in a lot of ways feel like I've just started living life for the first time since that. So it's pretty fantastic for that. I'm very proud of that.
That's really cool.
I'm
That's
proud
really
that
cool to
I
hear.
have a patent I've got a provisional patent, and I can call myself an inventor on my freaking resumes if I want.
That's so
It's
cool.
cool.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. I still feel like super imposter syndrome when we're talking about it, but I'm doing work on it, and so.
Oh my God, soon you can bust into the podcast saying, "Good news, everyone."
Good news, everyone!
Yes.
We're
I need
going
to
on
see
an
it.
adventure.
Can I say one thing?
Yeah?
Just one. Only one.
Oh shit.
Too late. You said it.
Yep, that was your thing.
That
Done.
was it. That was it.
The one thing is I'm also very proud of you for
Oh, I'm
finding
proud
yourself
of you too.
and for being an inventor. You are an inventor. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty freaking cool.
Yeah.
Chasing your dreams. That's badass.
Yeah, it is.
Mhm. It is. Especially since I was raised to think that chasing your dreams was selfish and not to do it. So,
Yeah.
I feel pretty good about it. I'm also very proud of the people that are in my life. I like them. Y'all included.
I was gonna say,
Aw.
yeah, thanks.
Yes.
Found family's really important. It's
Yes.
really important.
Found podcast hosts are also
Podcast
important.
family.
Podcast family.
We just a little family.
We're just a little podcast family hanging out in the
I'm in
podcast world.
danger.
We're in danger. What?
Okay. But really,
Okay.
Focus.
next question.
Focus.
Focus. What is something you're looking forward to in the future?
Hmm.
Ooh.
These are good questions. Where did you get them?
A gorgeous person suggested all of them to us.
This
Yeah, I got them
gorgeous
from
girl.
ChatGPT.
Who's sexier than ChatGPT? I mean, really.
Nothing. ChatGPT is
Nothing.
like average, so that's super sexy. Something I'm looking forward to in the future. I think right now I'm really looking forward to seeing where my life continues to go. With how much further I've gotten in like just this last year. And it's like, okay, if this trajectory continues, I'm going to be having a pretty cool experience with life compared to where my trajectory was like 5 years ago, where I was just super depressed chronically all the time. It's really hard for me not to be optimistic about the future just because of how much improvement I've seen, well, in my own life and then in the lives of like a lot of other people too. And I think that there's a little bit to be said for when the pandemic happened and everybody got to be stuck by themselves inside and go through a little bit depressive state. And I had already gone through that. And then I got to see everybody else go through it. And I was like, oh, okay. Like, that's not necessarily normal to be feeling that way. So let's work
Yeah.
on that.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited about the future. It's hard for me not to be optimistic about it.
What a lovely, lovely answer.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really get better than that.
Yeah.
Just pure optimism for what's to come because of how far you've come already.
I'm excited to see if I can get my invention to take off. I'm excited to see if, do more podcasts. I'm excited to start a new job. I'm excited to have more opportunities and things. So we'll see.
The winds
the
of
things.
change are a-comin'.
Mm.
Ooh, I like that.
They're blowing.
I want to make a fart joke really badly.
I was trying not to bring it back to the straw jokes, so
Oh God, I know. That was raunchy.
That was unfortunate.
That was an unfortunate time. I just want to undo that.
I can't say it was unfortunate because I did it intentionally. So
I know. All right, let's see here.
how many more of these did we want to do? I'm just curious how long we were going to
Yeah,
go
I'm
with
curious
this so that, I don't know. There's some kind of pacing to this, I guess, maybe.
Still
I don't
couple more.
know.
Let's do a couple more.
Couple
Just
more.
so you know, both of you, we have 2 hours left of our, or I'm sorry, 2 hours total of recording on this thing before I have to pay for it, which I have no
Mhm.
problem as long as we like it. So
Okay.
we have plenty of time left. And I like, Marcia, I liked your idea of doing like multiple interviews or topics, and then we can break it into more than one episode.
Mhm.
So we have bite-sized episodes.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to listen to like 3 20-minute episodes than it is one 60-minute episode.
Yeah.
That's true.
But the pilot always gets, whatever we want to do with it. So
Yeah, the pilots is always a mess.
Yeah.
A complete and utter
Okay.
rainbow mess.
I guess
That's exactly
I'm a
right.
bad podcast consumer because all the podcasts I listen to are like 3+ hours long.
Mine
Yeah,
too.
same here.
Yeah.
Same here. But I guess we're not telling long, drawn out stories that are cohesive.
No.
We're just
I'm
We're
not
just being
Dan
ridiculous.
Carlin.
No, none of us are.
I wish.
Unfortunately, Dan Carlin, if you're listening,
Dan Carlin, come out as trans so you can be on this show.
look,
Some-
I'll give Dan Carlin the trans pass if he wants to come on the show.
The show's not called Trans Passing. We already established that in the pilot episode.
No, but that's
Oh,
the tickets
shit.
that we hand out. The
Shit,
trans
yeah, that was
passes.
shit.
That's true. That's true.
Trans passes for trans spotting.
Something I love about our show already is that we all have the same giggle.
Yeah.
Oh no, you're right.
Oh no!
I wish you hadn't pointed it out because now I'm gonna notice it every time.
No, everybody's going to
but it's
think we're all
adorable.
laughing all the time, even if just one of us are.
I mean, we kind of are.
Yeah, that's true.
It's
Usually.
it's very infectious. Okay. Another question. Do you have any siblings? If so, how many and what are their names?
I've got 2. One blood sibling, Wayne is his name. He's younger than me. And then I've got a sister, and she's from Japan, and she's also younger than me. Her name's Yuki. But she kind of got adopted into her family when we were older. But we're kind of having a little bit of a fight right now. So,
Oh,
yeah. Yeah.
do you care to elaborate for the viewer's sake?
Sure,
Or do you
sure,
wanna
I
keep
can
it
do that. It
private?
was one of those situations where, like, my parents are very conservative and religious. And so, and she kind of looks to them for guidance, I suppose. And so the last time I was hanging out, I was telling my goddaughter, her kid, and she just had her 4th birthday. And I was like, oh yeah, I used to be a boy, but I'm a girl now, you know. And then, so Yuki got really upset at me for telling her that and was like, you are overstepping my boundary as a parent for doing that. And I was kind of like, how so is that? I don't feel like I'm doing that. And then I was like, I'm going to be having surgery for this cancer. And I'd love to see you while I'm recovering. And she was like, no, right now, we want you to keep our distance from us. And so I was like, well, okay. So that's kind of the fight that we're having is I'm just kind of like, I don't know if I need to be reaching out to her or if she's just give her time to cool down. So I don't know. But it's
I'm
kind of
very
one of
sorry
those
to hear
things. It's
that.
like it's just dealing with bigotry in your own family. So
Yeah.
It's hard.
yeah, it is hard.
I think unfortunately most trans people understand that pain.
It's frustrating, but there really isn't much you can do about it.
Yeah, and there's this whole new, for lack of a better word, right now, epidemic of people thinking that having a trans person open around children is something that's toxic or bad in any way. Like we're seeing across the nation, right? With like even drag shows being banned. Like what is happening? So I feel
Yeah.
like it didn't feel like this was the case.
And I
a little
am
while ago.
Anna's her kid, and I'm literally Anna's favorite person in the world.
Yeah.
So not getting to see her is really hard on me.
Yeah.
I'm sending you hugs.
Many hugs.
Many hugs.
Thank
Many
you.
hugs.
Here's to things going more smoothly soon.
Mm-hmm. So that's something to look forward to in the future too.
Bringing it back.
Bringing it back.
Well, I don't want to end on your interview questions on I don't want to say sour, an unsafe, no, not unsavory. I'll say a sour note.
Yeah.
A sad note.
A sad note. Yeah.
Minor
So,
key.
a minor key. Hey, now I do love minor keys though.
Me too.
I mean, metal art is here. What is your favorite book / movie / TV show?
Mm.
I'll rephrase the question. What are you binging these days?
I'm not binging anything right now. Favorite of all time, I do really love The Lord of the Rings in all of its forms.
Good answer.
Best trilogy of all time. Favorite movie might be The Thing. That's the one that I always seem to go to.
Nice.
Wonderful movie.
Yes. Very
I'm going
wholesome.
to assume the original, not the remake.
Yeah. Although the remake has a lot of really interesting history around it when you get to it.
Okay.
And like their practical effects they were going to do before the studio started meddling were really, really, really cool. But then what the actual product we ended up getting was pretty bad.
Pretty bad.
Which is a shame. A shame. Such a shame. It's underbaked.
Yeah. But I mean, they were never gonna top the original. So
No, but they weren't trying to, which is why I thought it was going to be interesting. Oh well.
Oh well.
Let's see. I just finished reading Whipping Girl, if you're familiar with that, which is kind of a trans manifesto one. And then I read a book called Polysecure, which was about polyamory, which is something that I'm kind of interested in. And then let's see, what else am I binging now? I've got a book about strong towns, which I'm really enjoying. How to build strong towns and how the way that America kind of builds them is kind of antithetical to having strong community.
So, like culturally, or like
No, like actually
systematically,
and like
okay,
literally how they're built, like architecturally.
That's so cool.
Okay.
It's really fascinating.
So, like city layouts
Mhm.
and that kind of thing. Okay.
Because city layouts used to spring up very, very organically. You would start with like a railroad stop, for example, and then everybody would build their little like shacks and houses next to it. Or you'd have people who would, have their place that they live and the place that they worked. And they would work in the front part and then live in the back, that sort of thing. And it would kind of like organically grow. You'd have these centers of commerce, you'd have centers of leisure, and just kind of things would happen normally. And then people got started, like when cars kind of became a big deal, people started building cities for cars rather than for people, which basically makes it so that you cannot use the cities without a car. And then the cars just kind of disconnect you from everything. And then you'll have like a huge section that's supposed to be your residential zone, and then a huge section that's supposed to be your, work zone. And you have everybody driving from the residential zone over to the work zone. And you get like all these people stuck on the highway because it's rush hour, because everybody has to drive through there at that time. And it's just nasty. And like I walk through the suburbs area here, and it's like there's so many houses here, but you just are taking a walk and it's like there's nobody here. It feels like people don't live there. It feels like people show up there to sleep and then leave to work, and it just doesn't feel like a real community. And part of that is just because people spend more time indoors, But it still is it's a lot of it has to do with how you're designing your towns and what you've decided to prioritize. And so anyway, that book's been really interesting. I highly recommend it. Strong Towns.
That's fascinating.
Yeah. I have a lot of subjects that I get really interested in.
I like that.
Yes.
That's cool. I love those just like random offshoots of just things that are really interesting that nobody ever talks about.
Another thing that I'd love to talk about is how like systems and social media change the behavior of the people who use them. I mean, you can see this in like social media for one, but you also see this in like organizations and business structures, and just like how people's behavior and attitude changes based on the system that they're using. And that's always really interesting to me, because people tend to think that their attitudes and beliefs and values are based on themselves or intrinsically, but a lot of times it's really based on who they're using or what they're using, how they're interacting with people, what sort of systems are in place. And that's the sort of thing that's really, really fascinating to me too. But Strong Towns kind of goes into that too. It's like if you have a broken city, you can't expect that the people who are living there are going to be particularly satisfied by it, but they probably won't know why they're not satisfied by it.
Mm. I need to
I
read
like that a
this.
lot. I'm in silence, not out of disinterest, but I'm just pondering.
Hmm?
There's a lot in that.
Yeah. It's really
Hmm.
interesting.
You're
So
gonna have to shoot a link to me for that.
okay, yeah.
I want it.
Yeah.
I can shoot a link to the YouTube video that I watched that made me interested in it in the first place.
Yeah.
And that's
Yes.
easier to digest than a
Yes,
whole
please.
book.
Yes.
Yeah, books are kind of hard to eat.
Books, I have like that ADHD brain, so I'll either read a book in like a day or two or 3 months.
Yeah.
And there doesn't seem
Oh.
to be much of an in-between.
I get that. Mine is I'll read it in a day or two, or I'll get halfway through it and then never touch it again for the rest of my life.
Yeah. I'll read one book and I'll just be dedicated, and then I'll be like, all right, that book's done. Oh, there's more books after that. No, we're done. We're done here. That was a
Yeah.
one-time deal.
Yeah.
I'm not reading again for a while.
I sometimes do
My
that like with video
fixation has
games.
changed. Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
sometimes like video
too.
games that I really like, when I get like close to the end, I'll put it down because I don't want it to be over, and then I never finish it.
Yes.
Yep. I did that with the 2018 God of War. I got like within 2-3 hours of the ending, and I'm like, I don't want this to
Same.
end. Let's stop. And so I didn't play for like 8 months.
Same.
It didn't end if I didn't finish it.
I did that with The Witcher 3. Not with the actual ending, but with the Blood and Wine expansion.
Mm.
And I was like, this is so good. I love it. I don't want it to end though.
Mm-hmm.
I need to go back and finish it.
I think all my video games that I play recently, The Witcher, any of the God of War games, I played maybe like a quarter of the way through, and I'm like, and I'm done.
Mhm.
And we're bored. I didn't play any video games at all during my recovery time.
Wow.
Oh wow.
I know. I just kind of detoxed from video games. And I don't know how I did it, but now I just don't care anymore.
I
It's
will say,
weird.
like, my desire to play video games has gone way down since I've transed.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Mine
think that-
didn't until I was away from them for a while, I think, and just kind of detoxing from them. But I think it was more of, I think for me, it was more of a, like a, oh God, what's the word? Like a desensitizing, or like a that's not the word, dissociating device.
Mm-hmm. Like an escape mechanism.
Like
Yeah.
a numbing kind of mechanism.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
I think that's what it was for
And-
me too.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
me, actually, I think it was the opposite. So when I get like depressed or in really sad moods, I can't get myself to like go through the energy to play a game. So I just don't. And so
Yeah.
I found since I transitioned, I actually play more video games than I used to. I've always loved them, but I play more now than I ever have.
It's interesting. I love that
Yeah,
for
Like
you.
that.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's take a 5-minute break because I have to pee.
Have fun
Okay.
peeing.
Should we keep recording or stop
I
recording
will.
for now?
I don't care.
We could.
Oh, we can
You're in
talk
control.
about her now. might
Technically,
be-
we've been talking about her for 48 minutes.
We've been talking about her for so long.
Damn, when's it my turn?
Damn,
Jesus.
I know, right? I think you'll probably.
Oh
be your
my
turn when
god,
she
it's
gets
my
back.
turn.
Oh my god.